Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in and for joining the Controversy 7. Now, for many of you who've been online, I'm sure you know the name Andrew Tate. And many of you may very well be followers of Andrew Tate. And there may be some of you who are a little bit reserved and you're asking yourself the question, is this man truly the guy? Is he truly as genuine as can be? Is the man really truthful? Is Andrew Tate a truthful man? Is Andrew Tate an honest man, as he often boasts that he is honest and that he is truthful and that he will never lie? He will look at you in the eye and he will tell you that he will never lie. He's always honest, and he uses phrases like the Matrix, and he says that the Matrix is after him. And why does he believe the Matrix is after him? His reason is that because he simply is telling, he has a message for men, like his message is for men to be the best version of themselves, for men to be masculine, for men to basically restoring men's masculinity back to themselves, back to manhood. There's a lot of things, obviously, but I'm trying to paraphrase. And he says that he is basically, the Matrix is out to get him because of the message that he has for men and for young people out there. And that the Matrix hates that because he's got a ton of money and that he's got a ton of following, and his name is literally Googled everywhere. That's Andrew Tate for you. Now, I have to admit, a lot of the things that Andrew Tate has spoken, I agree with a lot of the things that he speaks on. And you know what? He comes off as a guy who you can genuinely be like, man, I could hang out with this guy. Maybe I could smile with him. I could laugh with him. He seems like the type of a guy that you can be able to, laugh with and all those kind of things. And you can, just talk to him and all of that stuff, right? Now, here's the thing. As I look back, I have to be honest. There are things that I agree with him, but there are things which I think are very dangerous of Andrew Tate. And that's what we are going to bring. I'm going to bring to you. And the only way I'm going to share this with you guys, a video of somebody put concerning the interview, the recent interview that Andrew Tate had with Candace Owens. And I'll also share with you guys in a different video, breaking down how Andrew Tate spoke to Tucker Carlson. And right in front of Tucker Carlson, Andrew Tate literally lied to him. He lied to Tucker Carlson and he lied to Candace Owens, and they did not even pick it up. So the only thing I'm going to do, brothers and sisters, I don't want to be the one to speak. I would rather, the best thing is just to allow Andrew Tate to expose his own self. You see, friends, I'm going to tell you this. If you are boastful of your own self, one thing that I can be honest, if I look at the character of Andrew Tate, I see a man who is very boastful of his great accomplishments. There's no one as great as me. I'm the top G. I'm the best there is. I'm the guy. I'm the ultimate image of masculinity. That's, as he mentions, he believes that he is at the top of the food chain and that he is the pinnacle of masculinity. Now, I'm going to, in a different video, describe Andrew Tate's masculinity movement, and we're going to compare that to what true masculinity is, and we're going to weigh on a scale and see whether it hangs on the balance. You see, friends, I'll tell you this. While people like Andrew Tate are coming up, and many people are Googling him, and many young people and many men are following him, even many women are following him, I understand. Friends, I'm going to tell you this. I want Andrew Tate to speak to all of you. I want Andrew Tate to be the one to expose Andrew Tate. I don't want to talk. I want Andrew Tate to talk. And you know what, brothers and sisters? I think it's time that all of these things should surface and come to light. Everybody needs to know the truth about Andrew Tate. And I genuinely, I'm not here to bash him, to attack him because I hate him. No. That's not the case. I genuinely followed Andrew Tate's contents. I genuinely watched and I observed. And I asked myself the question, I said, this guy seems legit in a lot of the things that he's saying. But he has not cut ties from the things that he has been doing. He lied to Candace Owens that he stopped the webcam businesses a long time ago. He lied about those things. He still is involved in those things even now. He still is involved, and those things are ruining lives. He's ruining marriages, and he's ruining people's families. He is destroying families. Without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip. And I want you to judge for yourselves that I did not speak those words, but Andrew Tate spoke it by his own mouth.
Before I proceed any further, my friends, here is what I'm going to say is because of YouTube censorship and my channel being shadow banned here, I have opened a new channel, and I also have opened a TikTok account. The link for my new channel, it is called Controversy 7 Ministry. The link is in the video description box, and also it will be in the comment section. Make sure that you go subscribe to that channel there, because I'm uploading videos on a daily basis, or every 2 days or every 3 days. So make sure you go over there, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification icon, and stay tuned. Whenever I upload videos, you'll be notified, and I will answer your questions on a video and do a video response to you. That being said, let's move on.
First off, how long ago was your webcam business?
Yeah, so I stopped having any involvement with it, I think 8 to 9 years ago.
The last 2 to 3 years I've been making money on OnlyFans from its inception all the way up till now. I'm currently filming this during the COVID pandemic. You may be watching this later on, but right now during the pandemic.
And I ended up opening a webcam company where girls would sit on a laptop and they would talk to guys on the internet for money. That's what they would do.
It's like, you know what? I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking.
The girls would sit there fully clothed or a bikini.
The girls were just famoosers, just laughing and doing this, their titties out.
One, I intimately understand the relationship between men and these websites.
And they were talking to fucking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it.
I've had and seen men give away their life savings to girls they'd never met. I've watched and I've seen it.
They'd come and say, well, what kind of, all of it. We're milking them dry.
And I actually think a lot of the insights I give.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all.
A lot of the things I tell the world about the male mental health crisis.
You'd have a guy.
Feel bad or no?
No, to give a solitary.
About men being so constantly lonely.
We got to the point where we had these guys falling in love with my models, serious, big time in love, right? Sending crazy money. And they were convinced they were going to meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad.
About how important it is to build yourself into a high value man.
Because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000. Can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet?
About how money alone is not enough.
The problem
What was
is,
the most that one person sent to a model? Total.
million?
Wow. Wow.
About $1 million in about a year?
You don't feel bad at all.
Why the fuck would I care?
Yeah, I don't feel bad either.
So, thank you.
I explain all these things. A lot of these are lessons from the webcam days. I saw dudes who had a whole bunch of money, no other attributes, and they ended up on these websites spending hundreds of thousands of dollars because they didn't have anything else.
But, so, the girl would be online for 6 or 7 hours, but then when she logged off, was sleeping or whatever, on her WhatsApp, I'd have staff. She was online 24 hours a day. Her WhatsApp, her this. She was famoosing when she was asleep. We were bringing in money for the fucking sky.
I want you to think about this. We are talking about a moral issue here. We're talking about something that is morally not right. In order for you to actually do these kinds of things, play on people's emotions, rack up people's entire life savings, deceive them. The fact that those people are not even talking to the girls, but are directly talking to Andrew Tate, and he is deceiving them by talking to them, so the people think that they're talking to the girl who they see on the webcam, but they're actually talking to men, and they're talking to hustlers. That is deception. And the fact that you would drive these people and cause them to pour all their money to you through deception, and you don't feel sorry for that, that is grievous. Brothers and sisters, this is a moral issue. This is a moral issue, and people who are prideful, ultimately their mouth can never allow them to settle down. Their mouth will ultimately be their ultimate ruin. Those who are prideful often boast of their own selves. When they boast of their own selves, their mouth is quick to talk. I know that Andrew Tate is a very intelligent man. He's a smart man. He deceived men and caused them to actually fall in love with a girl that he was never going to allow those men to see in the first place. And those men were deceived by him. First of all, those men should not have been on those websites in the first place. That's number one. So those men are guilty. Secondly, the one who is hosting that website, that website, and is doing this kind of business, that is a morally that's not even supposed to be done. Because many of the people, they were lonely and they capitalized. He capitalized on those people's loneliness, and he capitalized on those people's desire and need to be with a companion.
This is what the powers that be want. They want to make sure that the male populace is as docile as possible, and they do that with a large array of weapons, and they do that with a web of tools, and I believe that I'm the counter to that, which is the reason I ended up attacked in the first place.
And maybe this is a bit bad. Here's where the famoose would start. So it'd be good, like I had a lot of girls who worked for me, and the best was like the Ukrainians or the Russians. It was amazing. Because they'd get some guy, fall in love, they'd arrange the day to meet, all this shit, I need a visa. Okay, get a visa. I need money for a visa. Okay, how much is a visa? It's $900. No, but it's not $900 because I went to the embassy. They think I'm a risk, and I need a return flight there and back, and I need a hotel. I need to have spending money in my bank account. They won't let me come. Or how much you need? All right, 10 grand. Boom, it's 10 G's. Boom, thanks.
Wow.
Go to the embassy, take a picture outside the embassy, boom, come back. They rejected my visa. They said we have to wait 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they'll give it to me. Okay, baby, boom. 2 more weeks of tips. Boom, 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 boom. Because now he thinks he's gonna fuck, right? He thinks he get the girls. Now he's spending more than ever. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks come. Some other problem.
I think I can anticipate the question you're going to ask. How do I reconcile with the fact that I used to produce pornography or degree pornographic content?
Now men are writing to you like, how do I...
And now men are trying to escape it.
Yeah.
Girls are desperately signing up because it's an easy way for them to make money, but without instruction. Pimpin' Ken, a hoe without instruction is headed for self-destruction. So these girls, they don't have a man telling them what to do properly, they're lazy, and they end up making a few bucks, maybe if that, and they stay on the very, very bottom of the pile. You don't want that. You've bought this course, you want to make your money back, and you want to continue to make money for a long time, so you want your girls to be elite. I'm going to teach you how to do that.
Eventually, the girl, what she would do is she'd say, oh, I don't want to go embassy. She'd give a really lame excuse to try and provoke the man to get angry. So she'd say, the embassy want me to come back, but I have a headache. That was the one we'd use. He'd be like, I just sent you $1 million. You promised you were going to come. You said you had to delay. Now you're saying you have a fucking headache and you won't go to your appointment. To make him mad on purpose, because that would annoy any man. And then, that's what we needed. We needed a little trigger. And we go, why are you being aggressive? I'm not being aggressive, but you're not serious, da-da-da. And then we'd say, but you know what? I really like you, and I'm flying to the other side of the world by myself, and now you're being aggressive, and now I'm intimidated. And we'd flip it on him, saying, well, now you're being scary. No, I'm not being scary, but you know, it's your appointment. You're supposed to go, yeah, but I feel sick, and you don't even care. Female bullshit. Female bullshit. And flip it on him.
Oh
Flip it on him. And he'd get fucking furious, because we were really good at
both sides.
Poking him. To the point where you go like, you're a fucking scammer, you fucking scam me, get really mad. I can't believe you think I was a scammer. I was gonna come, I went to the embassy, you're a fucking liar.
You should avoid, if you're a dishonest person, if you lie, if you're gonna deceive me, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
The guy would get pissed off, right, and leave, stop tipping her, stop coming to her. But for these men, that's the only chick in the world, the only hot chick in the world who talks to him. Maybe it takes a week, maybe it takes 2 weeks, maybe it takes 3 weeks. He's in bed at night, alone, jerking off, looking at her old videos and pictures, watching her stream again from another account so she can't see it's him, sitting there going, maybe she was going to come. Maybe I just got too mad when she had a headache. Maybe I should have been a little bit more patient and she would have been my girlfriend. And 100% of the time, in less than 3 months, they'd be back with an apology, a brand new pile of money, and the cycle would repeat. We killed the game. Millions of dollars a week. And it was not just because I had beautiful girls. It's not because webcam is easy. It's because I am a genius. And I put together an apparatus of genius behind the avatar of beauty. And we fucking conquered the internet.
It's all massively hypocritical.
Now, make sure you understand. There's a lot of things that Andrew Tate says that I agree with. I agree with his stance against the teachings of feminism and how the feminist movement today is taking over. I agree with him on how feminism is destroying masculinity. And I agree with him in terms of, there's a lot of things, I'll just say there's a lot of things that I agree with him. However, there's one thing, well, not one thing, there's many things. But one thing I'm going to be honest with all of you brothers and sisters, I want you to understand, I do believe that the man is a master manipulator. Man like Andrew Tate is a master manipulator. He's a master of manipulation. He knows how to manipulate people and manipulate situations to turn over to his favor. He's very well at that. He's very charismatic. Give him credit. I give him credit where credit is due. You are a very charismatic leader. But the thing is, one thing that I have to be honest, I will say this for the record. Men like Andrew Tate is a destroyer of families. Despite him saying that he is here because, despite him saying he cares about men and he wants to promote men and he wants men to be, men again and to be strong. He is a major contributor that actually makes his gain off of men and boys. Even married men, even men who would give their entire life savings, he has zero regrets and zero remorse for the lives that he has also contributed in destroying. I'm not talking about what the allegations that they brought against him in terms of taking women against their will. I'm not doing that. And furthermore, he has not been accused of taking women against their will. That's not what he is being charged for. But rather what he's being accused of and being charged for is for using what they call the lover boy method. And it is a method that is used for trafficking, for taking people. It is a legitimate charge.
Talked about it at length on many different podcasts. I had a business. Many girls on there were perfectly fully clothed and would paint pictures or sing and dance and laugh. I've talked about this at length. I've had nothing to do with it for 10 or 11 years and nobody was ever hurt. I've had nothing to do with it for 10 or 11 years and nobody was ever hurt.
2 to 3 years I've been making money on OnlyFans from its inception all the way up till now. I'm currently filming this during the COVID pandemic. That you may be watching this later on, but right now during the pandemic.
And I am not sorry for it. I don't see why I should be. And I am not sorry for it. I don't see why I should be.
Please, friends, share this video around and do not hide it and do not keep it to yourselves. Pass this message along. It's time for everything to be brought to light. God will expose and he will humble those who are prideful. The prideful they must surely be humbled. And I, for one, can see right through Andrew Tate, and I can see a spirit of pride inside Andrew Tate. I see a spirit of pride inside his brother. They are both prideful. And the thing is, I'm not even saying this out of anger. I genuinely am saying this because if anybody who boasts of how good they are, anyone who boasts of himself, it's not a spirit of humility. The fact that
Andrew Tate, even after him going through jail and going to house arrest, even for him to say that he's not sorry, he's unapologetic, and he does not feel bad, nor does he feel remorseful of the lives which he ruined. The fact that he is not sorry for that, it simply means that the man's pride will not allow him to repent. Andrew Tate does not have a repentant heart. Anyone who follows him and allows him to be their leader and allows him to be their head and their example and their shepherd, they too also will have unrepentant hearts. And they too also, just like Andrew Tate, will grieve away the Spirit of God. I tell you, brothers and sisters, for you to get to that point where you are unrepentant and you feel no guilt whatsoever in your conscience, all the women that you ruined, the virgins that you destroyed, the women whom you've cheated upon, the men's lives whom you caused and persuaded to sell their entire homes and to give you their entire life savings. You persuaded them. For you to not feel bad about that, you have done something grievous. This will be continued, brothers and sisters. Share this with as many people as you can. It's time for the truth to be brought to light. You can only escape and run up to a certain point, Mr. Andrew. However, your own reputation will catch up to you. Your own mouth will be your downfall. Your own mouth will be your ruin. And so this video is the beginning of your words being put on the balance. How will it fare against righteousness? You have claimed to be a quote-unquote man of God. The God whom you serve has made you successful. But which God is that? And clearly, the God whom you serve is not the God of morals, or else you would have had some morality in you, and repentance would be in your heart.